Good morning, everybody. Another Monday morning, or is it afternoon? Because I'm running just a little bit late. I've been held up by some technical issues, or at least I'm going to call them technical issues. The interesting thing about technical issues is way back when I first started using this internet thingy, it was pretty much brand new, but there were a few people around who knew about it, and they were called techies. And one of them kept coming to my station and helping me out with this or that or something else. And eventually he got brave enough to tell me one day that he thought the issue I was having was a PEBCAC. And so, of course, I was quite struck by this PEBCAC thing that's obviously very important. And then he explained to me that it stands for problem exists between computer and chair. And I suspect one of those this morning. So that's why I'm running a bit late. But it's Monday. It's time to make sure we're going to have a really good week. Better still, let's make sure we have a really good year, because in case you haven't spotted it, we're into May. And that means one more month for June after we do May. And the year is done. So perhaps we should be looking at the whole year. What are we going to do for the whole of next year? Which means that's a great opportunity to take advantage of this COVID-19 isolation thing. Because what have we had now? Maybe 6 weeks we've been in isolation, and that time can be spent figuring out things about what we want to do with our business, or more importantly, what do we want to do with our life? Because often when we're in business, we get so busy dealing today that we forget about that great big picture, that goal that we had that was going to take us to wherever it was that we wanted to be. And can we even remember what that was? Well, if we can't remember it, it probably wasn't very important. So what if we spent this time thinking about what it is that we're going to do? There's what you want to achieve. Sit down, think about it, and give it a really good think. And as you think about it, try and prove that whatever it is that you're thinking about is actually what you want. What if there are obstacles in the way? Because guess whatever you want in life, there's going to be obstacles there. And as I was explaining to somebody just the other day, the walls that appear to be around the things that we want to achieve aren't there to keep us out. They're only there to see if we're serious, if we actually want whatever it is that's behind that wall. So think clearly, what do you want? Now that you've thought about what do you want, why do you want it? Why do you want to do whatever this thing is? Is it because you have some noble goal to achieve? Is there something that you want to bring to the people that they don't have? And by that, I don't mean as a new product or service. You might be bringing a product or service in a new way. And that's all very good. And people will want it. Prove to yourself that it's actually what you want to do. Because the why goes to how are you going to keep doing it? How are you going to stay motivated? Because if you're not inspired to go and do these things, motivation is going to be an issue. And through the years, I've learned that motivation is always an issue if you don't have inspiration to fall back on. And I often think that we've got our words a bit mixed up, because too often we think of inspired as this momentary thing, this thing that, bang, I was inspired. Why not be inspired every day, every moment? Because that's what's going to maintain you moving forward. We can go and listen to all the exciting things that might motivate us for a moment, but if it only lasts a moment, then it's not much good. If we're inspired to do things, motivation won't be an issue. So look to what inspires you about what it is that you want to do. When you find that, you might find it easier to move forward, to do the things that need to be done. But even that isn't going to be enough. you really need to sit down and plan clearly how you're going to do it. And in planning clearly how you're going to do it, that means look at all the things that you know you can do really, really well, but also look at the things that might stop you. Because if you don't know what those things that might stop you are before you start, it's going to be hard staying motivated, staying inspired when those things pop up and cause issues. If you go out and try to do something with your first prospect, your second prospect, etc., only to find that there are all these obstacles that you hadn't thought of, it becomes difficult to stay the distance. Figure it out first, then go out and do it, and you'll find it's a lot easier. So the way to do that, make sure that you look at everything. And that way you'll get to take advantage of the full opportunity, not just part of it. So to help with that, today is the very last day that you can get into my course, which is, it's starting today, but you can get in today. The link is in the post beside this particular live. Come along to the strategy circle and we'll spend time making sure that you understand the strategy that will help you move forward in whatever endeavor it is that you have. You'll find the link there. You can get in there for just $99. This is normally a $997 program, but special COVID-19 price. Hop in there, use the time wisely, make the best of what the isolation is offering us. And in any event, have an absolutely great week. And hopefully I'll be back here next week without a pebcap. We'll be on time.